Hi there, happy day 3. It is Monday, April the 3rd. So it's about 2 o'clock. I have been going strong since about 6 o'clock this morning. As always, start my day off with my coffee and a little bit of knitting. Packed up a couple more orders and then went straight into dyeing. So today's mission was accomplishing my yarn of the month. So I have an Etsy shop. It's called Sweet Skein of Mine, and in January I started to do a yarn of the month, and it's kind of this, the idea is it's always going to be a mystery colorway, but on the listing you'll always know what you're ordering, whether it's sock yarn or DK, if it's going to come with a mini. This month's is a sock skein with 2 minis. So I got everybody's orders dyed up. I did a little footage of that, but it's going to be black and white to keep the colorway a surprise for anyone that's watching that had ordered one. But I'll share, the colorway is going to be called Showers for the Flowers. So I got that finished. I got my special orders dyed. What else? Caught up on all my laundry, cleaned the kitchen up a bit, and even threw supper in the crock pot. So I'm gonna have, I had bought a beef roast, so I knew that had to be cooked and thrown in with some veggies for the family. I'm gonna probably eat leftover penne because I love that dish. It turned out so good. So the recipe I shared yesterday, definitely, if you love a maple curry, I know a lot of restaurants around here have it, and that's how we all kind of started to love the dish. So it's just my take on how I like to add veggies and a little bit of extra curry sometimes. So you can just always fudge these recipes that I'm sharing clearly. But I think yesterday was, yeah, turned out really, really good. So that's kind of my day. It's already, like I said, 2 o'clock. I still need to go to the post office. I'm going to go take Teddy for a walk. The sun's shining. That means nothing, because yesterday I thought it was beautiful out. And yeah, it was freezing. It was so windy. We had like our hoods up, and I was so happy I had a hat on. It was really cold. So today, I mean, I don't see the wind blowing, but the sun's shining. So I'll get Teddy out for a little walk. And yeah, and that's about it. But I threw on a finished object. So I have vlogged about this sweater before. I saw Jody from the Grocery Girls have it on, this pattern. So it's called the Northwoods V Neck sweater by Jessie Maid Designs. And Jody had it on in hedgehog fibers, and it was the same kind of yarn, wool with recycled bits in it to create this kind of confetti. It looks like neps all through the yarn. And so what's happened is this yarn was milled, and when it was milled, little pieces of recycled yarn were added to the spin, or to the twist, I guess. And anyway, I love it. So I ended up finding the same yarn online at the Knitting Loft, not hedgehog, but Bien Amie did it. So I got this one. I don't know if that's showing up or not. It's called Cory Confetti. And it says on the back, Cory Confetti is one-of-a-kind limited edition yarn comprised of a mix of recycled natural fibers that include upcycled Bien Amie yarn and custom-dyed Falkland Corriedale. So the pattern calls for DK yarn. I feel like this is more of a worsted, but yeah, it knit up beautifully. The pattern, loved reading the pattern. I would say it's like definitely intermediate. I do have a Ravelry page now, finally, where I've kind of put all my mods, but I really knit this true to pattern, except I think the only thing I did differently was I did less rows on the V-neck, but I knit a size large, and it's got lots of nice positive ease to it. As you can see, this yarn has beautiful drape. It's like airy and fluffy. It's not heavy, and yeah. So I love knitting this, and it knit up really, really quickly. Just, I think, the size of the yarn. So here's what I have left over. It took 5 skeins, and this is still what I have left. But as you can see, it's got all those little pretty neps in it. Yeah, and it's funny because I'm not a big fan of purple, so sometimes when I was coming to the chunks of purple in the yarn, I was yanking them out. I like lavender, but this is not. That is not me, that deep violet purple. So yeah, so I rip them out sometimes. So anyway, so that's all. That's my day. Today's already flying by, so I'm glad that supper is already being taken care of in the slow cooker. And yeah, I guess that's all I had to share, but I wanted to show you this sweater. I'll do a little video to kind of show a little more of the whole thing. Yeah, I guess that's it for today. And just knitting wise, I'm just still kind of picking away on that scrappy shrug, but I think I need to start a new sweater soon. I'm really, really, really wanting to do that. It's called Bright Here, Bright Now by Wanderlust. And I missed the Lamb & Kid did a dyed to order update last night. And I missed it. I completely forgot. So I would have totally gotten one of the kits too. Because I mean, I have a color palette in mind. But anyway, and it's made so in her pattern, she used the Big Birdie by Lamb & Kid. This big, fluffy Aran weight yarn that I did that toffee and pink striped shrug in. So she does, but she does dyed to order updates at least once a week. I think even sometimes twice a week. So I just have to get my, you know what, together and pay attention and order one of those kits. So I really want to make that next. So other than that, I don't know what I have on my knitting agenda. Like, I think I'm kind of in a mode where I want to start gift knitting. Like, I want to, it sounds crazy, get ready for Christmas. But, and speaking of, my friends are like, you're doing Christmas yarn already? Because they'll see like my Instagram stories, and I'm like, yeah, like every year. This is my 4th year of doing Christmas advents, and I always list them April 1st. But, you know, and I told them the reasoning, like I could never sell them if I didn't have the product. So I make sure I've got all the product, all the minis, and then I list it. And they need to be listed in April because I have to make them all summer. I just have to pick away at them. They're a lot of work, and I even scaled back this year. But but they all sold out. I also did, I called it 4 skeins till Santa. There's 4 weekends before Christmas. So yeah, the idea is to open up a skein of sock yarn for 4 on each 4 of the weekends before Christmas. So, and they all sold out. So I'm ready for Christmas. Now I just have to start dyeing. But also I want to start Christmas knitting. I want to start picking away at like things I want to make for my girlfriends and some family members. And because honestly, outside of shrug knitting and this bright side, bright here, bright now, I'll put it on the screen. Blah, 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 I can't remember it. That's all I want to knit right now, shrugs, and I want that sweater in my life. So but I need the yarn first. Anyway, so hope everybody's having a good Monday. We have got nothing planned for tonight. Tomorrow I have a hair appointment, thank goodness, and I'm meeting a friend for lunch on Wednesday. What else is going on this week? Friday's a holiday, so we'll probably do something Thursday night. Hard to say. Anyway, but I'll keep taking you along. Thanks for all your comments and encouragement for doing this. I appreciate it. So hopefully I'm going to come up with some decent content to so you can enjoy your morning coffee and knitting with me. So I will see you later. Okay,